You are missing out on your full potential to build the most amazing farms in Minecraft. To help you break through, I've spent hundreds of hours developing this building technique and created dozens of iterations for just this iron farm. The results will surprise you as something you should try for yourself to bring your projects in Minecraft to the next level. What better place to build it than my hardcore world? Building it here will give the design a good test and reveal some hidden mistakes I made, but more on that later. The plan to finish this project is super simple. All we need to do is design it in a creative world, then collect materials, and then we can build it in our hardcore world. But actually I forgot we have to get shulkers and elytras first because we don't have those yet. I wonder if I can do this without getting hit too much. The whole not getting hit thing is not going very well. Okay, that's it. On my way back to base, I realized I have a lot of grinding left to do as I need to get all of the right enchantments on my tools and armor that I just got. So it's going to be back and forth from the raid farm and the villagers for me for the next couple of hours. And there we go. We got some shiny new tools ready to be put to work, and we've got a decent amount of iron to make our first beacon with. Which reminds me, we're going to have to get some wither skulls. And in the past, I have tried to just get them by hand, and I end up spending a ton of time. So in this world, I actually thought that we could build a wither skeleton farm to kind of future-proof the world a little bit. Let's go to the nether and build that. We're going to be building ianxofour's wither skeleton farm. Feel free to use the chapters to skip ahead to where I start working on the design. I just thought it'd be important to show this stuff since it is a hardcore world. Found some turtles already. They're just chilling down right here. Wow, I don't think I've ever gotten that lucky before finding these guys. Let's get some seaweed and get some eggs. If you want to know how this farm works, then go watch Ian's video, but here's how it works in a nutshell. You put an iron golem in the middle of a platform that only wither skeletons can see, and then they get mad and try to get to him, but then they end up walking through another portal instead and go to the overworld, where they are herded like cattle for extermination, and pushed through another portal back to the nether where I am waiting for them with a sword. Hello, boys. Now we have enough wither skulls to make 30 beacons. Not that we need them, but I'm a hoarder. We are finished with all the prep work, but I have no idea at this point what this iron farm is going to look like. So off to the creative world we go. The first and most important step to a good design is understanding what you're building, so you can recreate a farm that will be part of the build. In this case, it's an iron farm, so I did a deep dive on them to figure out how they tick and came up with a configuration that I think will be reliable. It can spawn 4 golems at the same time since we are using a pillager to trigger the spawning. Another good thing about this configuration is that you can stack it on itself, so I was thinking about stacking it once so it has 8 spawning platforms. And with what we know about how far away an iron golem can spawn from a village center point, we know that we have these dimensions that we basically can't build on with full blocks. So that gives us our first shape to work with, and I had this idea in my head that I wanted to try out where we have 2 shapes wrapping around the centerpiece. With the outer pieces being curved and the center staying sharp, it will create a form of visual tension, kind of like holding a pin really close to a balloon except not popping it. This was my only thought going in. The rest kind of develops naturally as you go through the process of creating different iterations. Let's continue with giving this new form some color. I was basically trying to use blocks that I can easily collect by hand in my survival world. I wanted to walk you through the development of the centerpiece because I think the evolution that projects go through is kind of interesting. So I started off by looking at this front facade here and trying to keep it sharp, keep it orthogonal, but it wasn't really working until at some point I realized that we can just keep the whole centerpiece pure as a cube, and then we could etch a symbol into it, and that way we can do whatever we want with the etchings. But I tried a bunch of different things and it just wasn't working out, and then I went back to my original idea and still didn't like that until I came up with a different pattern. And I was liking it a little bit better, but not until I got to here. And this is where I started using stairs and slabs, which is something I've never done before. And I really like it. We kind of just ran with that from here on out. You can see I was still kind of obsessed with this idea of these arms, and I was trying to make it work, but it wasn't working until I got to this iteration, which is where I landed with this whole thing. I like how it just lines up with the stairs and the etchings, but then kind of breaks off and goes over this kind of like language that I have. It's not a real language, but you know, it's kind of the illusion of the mystery of it kind of adds to the whole. And then I added these things to make it all kind of fit in together, and I absolutely love it. Let's go build it. I did the interior too, but I'll wait to show you that as the final product in my hardcore world. We have the design, now we need to collect materials, and with our new beacon, it should be a breeze. I was on my way back, I just came for snow, but check this out. Look at this cliff, this is crazy. You could build like a whole little like pirate bay over here, and then I was flying over here too. This is also pretty cool over here. Wow. Alright, let's go home. Upon returning home, I picked out a spot right behind base to map out where this build was going, and it's bigger than I thought, which is both daunting and exciting. The way we are approaching this build is to start with the iron farm itself because we need space to bring in these guys. We need 3 villagers per spawning platform, which means we need 24 villagers. Well, I don't have 24 villagers standing around, which means we gotta build a villager breeder. Ah yes, we love villagers. That's why we choose to stick them in a dark, musty cave underground until we need them. While the villagers were multiplying, I started working on the build to get it ready for them when I realized I made a huge mistake during the design process, which was making a huge portion of the farm underground. I had to dig this huge hole out, which I think is a design flaw. If I were to do this again, I would have designed a tower of some sort, but I didn't want to redesign the whole thing at this point, so we sucked it up and finished the dig. It took way longer than I thought it would. Look at all the pickaxes that we went through, but we got it done, and I went ahead and made the little item collection system down here. We just need to hook up a little redstone down here. So if we put a rail here, an observer facing down on that to power the dropper here that's collecting all of the iron and stuff. Here, an observer here. And that should do it. All right, so we got the water stream here. So let's test it out. Let's put in 17 cobblestone. And yep, 17 cobblestone. There we go. Yeah, so this system is working. Next, I guess we can get the villagers and pillagers set up in here. All we have to do now is get our pillagers in here. So we have one pacified. It's Dismay. Yeah, we got Dismay. He's friendly now. And then we got Abhorrence V2. And yeah, we're just gonna sit here for a little bit. Yeah, right here. Okay, I forgot you can actually put boats in minecarts, so we're gonna try that out because we already have the rail already set up here. When it gets down to here, I tried to put a bunch of blocks to block their vision because I don't want them to spawn a iron golem while we're trying to do this, because if they spawn on these, then they might kill the mob and I would be sad because that's like, because, you know, we're attached at this point, so we don't want them to die. All right, here we go. Ooh, looks like they did get scared. I think we're good. Boat almost. Yes. Okay, that's one down. Let's do the other one real quick, and then this thing will be operational, like 80%. And number 2. Come on, no golems. We can get ready if one spawns on him. Oh, I'm getting ready. Not today. Yes. Oh man, I wonder what his health is. I hope he doesn't die like when he drops this little bit. I got this one closer though, so I think he's gonna survive. I don't know, let's see. Okay, this should take him out. Yeah, okay. Get in there, buddy. Whew, that was a little too close for comfort, but you know, at least we were able to predict it. All right, let's clean this mess up, and then yeah, we can test it actually to see if it if we did everything right. All right, here we go. Oh, there's one. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's working. Yeah, this thing is not even working at 100% efficiency yet, and look at that. We got like 3.5 stacks in like 5 minutes. This thing is going to give us plenty of iron. Okay, we're all ready to start building now, but I wanted to get all of my tools fixed first. All right, got these all ended up. Didn't take too long, actually. And here's the spoils, not bad. Oops, that was a mistake, but gonna finish this one last raid off, and then we'll start building. Basically for this part, I'm thinking I'm gonna do something like this will look nice if I just copy that and kind of paste it around. And then we only have to terraform a little bit up here in the front. There we go, much better. Now it's not looking so floating in the front. Once we come around the corner here, it is still open to this big void here. I kind of like it leaving it open. It kind of feels like it's been eroded away. I don't know, let me know what you think though. I am going to connect a couple of points to the terrain here because these do feel a little bit more awkward. And then I'm going to do a little bit more blending here as well because this is almost there, but not quite. And there we go. It's finally looking like it belongs here. Now, as promised, here is the interior review. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this video, it is to stop thinking about building as decorating. Instead, ask yourself why and what you are building in the first place. Those questions will lead you to a whole new building technique for yourself, and your projects will definitely level up. Thanks for watching.